That's good. I can see you now, but you are muted.
I really hope it will
There
stay
you
like that.
go. Now we're good. Okay.
What's the agenda for tonight's call?
Well, two things. We're going to talk a little bit to Rowie about what's going on, and then you guys can ask questions. How's that?
Perfect.
Okay, Rowie, you there?
Yes,
Okay, you've frozen again, but I'll tell you what. Let's uh let's start talking, shall we? Can you hear me, or you want to wait and try and fix it?
I can hear you. I will try to fix it in my other phone, and if it works, that's well. If not, I'm sorry. I don't know what's happened.
Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So, as we get going, it's a big holiday for you today, right? So,
Yes,
tell me about the holiday. Apparently, you're supposed to drink as much as you can. Is that right?
it's Purim holiday. Yes, and we need to drink as much as we can, and we need to wear a mask.
Oh, really?
And yes, we need to wear a mask. It's a big event. Uh, it's because we survived when the king of Israel
Yeah.
not it wasn't be of Jewish, but he was trying to kill us, all the Jewish, and when we trying to survive, and we did it. So
So that
we
was it.
celebrated.
So after this, you're going to go off and get drunk. Is that the plan?
Yes, we need to get drunk as much as we can.
Ah,
So
there you go.
yeah,
Is this real?
Yeah, it's a real
well,
celebration, apparently. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's a
crazy.
celebration. If you want to join us today, we have a open bar. So
Where?
He's driving right now. He's going to go
Yeah,
straight there.
I'll turn.
yeah.
I'll turn this car around.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Well, I will go and at least have one cocktail in celebration of your day once I'm done with this. Okay, so
Thank you.
I have to admit I don't normally drink during the week, but I will make an exception for you, definitely.
I
Um,
appreciate it.
so where do you live now, Rowie? Whereabouts are you living? You don't have to give me the
So,
address, but whereabouts are you living?
so currently, Abital and I are living in Norwalk,
Okay,
really
and
close to Costco.
okay,
So,
okay, okay. And how are you finding life here in the Northeast so far, other than being really cold, like you said? But
so the northeast is really nice area. So when we go up, it's really the roads really good, and there is no so much cars. So I'm really enjoying here for my
for your training,
ride. Yes.
yeah.
Also, the coffee shop here are really good. I find myself stop every ride 2 or 3 times, drink something. Mm, So
Yeah,
it's really cool.
yeah.
But the
Most,
cold
yeah,
of the winter here was wow,
yeah. So it's
really tough.
getting the weather. The weather's suddenly starting to get a little better now, so that's good for everybody to get out and about, right? But I don't think many people who live here would honestly say that the roads are amazing, but they would. But it's good that you know, because I lived in the UK. It was sometimes the roads were just awful, but some of the roads around here are pretty bad. But I'm glad you found some good roads.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
great.
not
And
he is Israeli. In Israel, after every time that I came home after the ride, so Avital say, thank you God, because it's so dangerous over there. So
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Wow. Well, that's great. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. And what about swimming? Do you like have found a good where do you swim on the pool? Where do you go?
so I was swim 1 2 months at the Chelsea Piers,
Okay,
and but the pool was too cold for me.
right.
So I moved to swim near to my home at the YMCA at
Okay,
Wilton. It's really
right.
nice pool. And yeah, for now I swim over there.
That's great. That's great. And so your plans for 2025, right? You said you wanted to break the 8 hours.
Yeah.
When we last met, I think you said you were going to do Roth, and then you mentioned to me you're going to do Ironman Lake Placid. So have your plans changed, or what's going on there?
So yeah, the plans changed because the winter here was really bad,
Right,
and I didn't. The trainer, I'm not a guy who ride a lot indoor, so I prefer to train well.
right,
And we pick up the race in Chattanooga.
right.
They
Yeah,
changed the bike course, so this
yes,
is really fast course now, super
right.
fast.
Yes, that's right. It is very fast. Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay, so
uh,
that's the race you're targeting to break 8 hours out, right?
yes,
Yeah.
but 2 months before, I'm going to do a full Ironman at Lake Placid to feel it, to know
Oh, I
what
see.
I
I
need to
see.
eat and everything.
Right.
Uh, I don't think I can break the 8 hours over there because this is really hard course. But
Yes, it is a hard course. I was wondering because 8 hours on Lake Placid would be pretty amazing, right? So
yeah,
there are a lot of hills on that riding course, and there's a nasty one on the couple of nasty ones on the run course as well. So you've got some fun ahead of you when you go to that. You'll be all ready for Chattanooga. The great thing about Chattanooga, I've done it a few times, is the swim is super fast. You literally get in and you can almost float downriver. It's pretty amazing. It's a bit like the New York Triathlon. It's So you should get a very fast swim time. But they extended the course, I think, at Chattanooga, so it's actually 114 or 15 miles in order to make up for the swim or something. So um, anyway, good luck on that. And so right now in your training regimen, what are you doing? How many hours a week are you doing? What is your kind of areas of focus, and how many
so
hours are you doing?
we increase now the hours from 20 hours per week to 25. We increase basically the threshold.
Right.
So I'm riding now around for 15 hours ride.
Yeah.
Uh, I running around of 5 hours per week and
Right.
swim more 5.
Right.
So it's 25 of hours. But now it's all really really easy. I'm not getting creative or something. Now
Okay.
all really easy.
Right.
And I'm trying to do some break, some speed session
Right.
after the ride, but
Right.
still not getting too much full speed, just to feel it.
Right. 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 Wow. That's a lot of hours, certainly. So any normal human being like us can't do that. And I'm training as hard as I can right now. I'm lucky if I get 15 in. So that's
15
amazing.
hours for the full Ironman,
You're gonna.
so
It's not
you're gonna
enough.
work really hard. Yeah.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. So, how is it going? So, you've done a few sessions so far with the club. How have you found it so far? How have you found the sessions, and how are you planning it out? Because obviously, the goal here is for you to train up the people from the club who want to do the Westchester Triathlon, which is coming back in September. And there's actually a new code that's actually gone out in the member email. Just Peter sent round where we got for all the members there's an additional set of slots that people get a reduction. So that's great. So how have you found the sessions so far, and how are you finding it?
So I'm really happy that from every session with me, more and more athletes are coming.
Yeah,
It's make me happy because I like to see all of the athletes and to be trained with them and to see them and answer their questions and everything. Uh, and as more people will come, they are more in enjoy
yeah,
of the session. So now we are basically it's the speed of workout now in the pool we do the speed workout and also
yeah,
on the stadium
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do until May.
Right.
In May, we are going to find exactly the pace for each athletes with a few tests as we're going
Okay.
to do. And when the weather will be fine and we start to ride outside. So, of
Yeah.
course, we will do as a session of bike run, a couple
Oh
of
wow.
times.
Lots of
Yeah,
bricks then. Lots of bricks
yeah,
coming up in everybody's
yeah,
future,
bricks.
right? Yeah, 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 yeah.
Open water
And so,
swimming,
yeah.
everything.
So for when we'll come back, just for people who've never done that before, when you're doing brick, we call them bike run combinations. What's your what's the common mistake that people make when they do their bricks and do their, come off of the bike and go running?
They
What's the
just
thing that,
need to feel it. They just need to feel so how it feels to run after a bike. They don't need to ride hard. They just need to ride easy and to run easy. I don't expect for them to start immediately to do this session. So like we were going to do on the triathlon. So if I said to do bike run on the 3 times, they just need to do it once because I
right?
don't want them to suffer too much.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Certainly getting used to when you come off the bike and running and starting slow is definitely the way to do it because it's definitely a change of feeling, isn't it? It's a really interesting feeling when you first do it. You
Exactly.
feel as though you can't run at all, and then it kind of comes back to you over time and your body adjusts to it. So it takes a bit of getting used to. And then where you are putting up your training plan up on the forum, forum.ryetriclub.com. And everybody who's a member, I think there's about 45, 50 people on that forum now, but in there is um, a topic around the training plan, and you're updating that training plan every month, right? So
Yes.
and you're doing like 2 or 3 sessions a month where you're going to turn up and help people with training. So what's your plans for your in-person training in April? So what are you thinking right now? What's in your mind?
For my in-person training with the athletes,
Yeah.
what you're gonna do now?
Yeah. Yeah. What are you thinking about? You're going to do a bike or a swim or runs, or what's your thinking for April?
So for April, when the weather will be good, so we until now we run on the track 800 meter max. So we're
Right.
going to increase that
Okay.
every time that we run. I want to start with the run with the pace, with the of the threshold pace, and
Right.
then in increase the pace of during the 1.5 hour. All
Right.
right. Always, all the time, I want the athletes feel on the negatives on the negative splits. I don't
Okay.
want them to run too hard at
At the
the
beginning.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yes, I want them to run the hard pace at the end.
Right. I see. Okay. I see. Fair enough. Okay. So, I think there's swimming sessions at the Greenwich Y that go on until April 16th, I think. So, hopefully, we'll get a chance for you to come back again and do the train because the swim training the other day I think went really well. Yeah, April 13th, I think, is the last day. So just before Easter Sunday. So hopefully you'll have a chance to come back and do that because I know there was a lot of people at the Greenwich Y. What was it last weekend? How did that go for
Yes,
you? The swim training?
wow, that was really really good. I think of Michael was there. I think he was really enjoyed. Uh, so the session was really really good. We start with a 300 meter, then we did 2 times 1 of 50, then it's a 3 times of 100, 6 times of 50, 12 times of 25, and each time we increase the speed.
Oh wow.
So yes,
That's
That's
good. It looked good.
it.
There was about 10 or 11 people there, so it looked like a pretty good
Yeah, yeah.
session,
It's
right?
very
Yeah,
good session, and I'm
that's
glad
cool.
they came.
That's great. That's great. So when you think about beginners, when you talk about what are the things other than coming off the bike and onto the run, what do you think are some of the common mistakes that beginners make that they should be thinking about?
They're training too hard. They
Oh,
need
really?
to
You should meet you
to
should meet
slow
my
down.
coach and talk to her.
They
Anyway,
need to slow down a little bit, to not take on the times and everything,
yeah.
just to feel the body. You know, all the Ethiopian of runners, they run without a watch at your easy their easy run.
Oh,
So
really?
yes, so they need just to
Yeah,
feel the
yeah.
body, to feel the pace, to feel that they're doing now easy. They
Right,
don't need to chase everything now. We have time until
right, right,
the race, so take
right,
it easy.
right. Okay. And what else is common things that beginners make mistakes about or think about? Anything around? I mean,
So I
certainly.
think
Yeah, go ahead.
they 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 don't if they don't follow every of the training plan, they can expect from
Yeah,
themselves to improve. So they
right.
must to follow 80%
Yes.
of the training plan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Well, it's all those red things that come up on Training Peaks that is your conscience, right? The red
Yeah.
sessions. All right. I mean, one of the things when I took up triathlon, the one thing that frightened me the most was the swimming. Um, And when I actually tried to swim and got swim, and then I remember I did a sprint triathlon, jumped in the water, and my breath was taken away from me because it was so cold, and I barely could breathe. It was terrible, and I think I came out either last or second last in this sprint triathlon I did. So, what advice do you have about the fear of open water swimming? What can you do to get over that?
So of
Basically don't
course
do what
we
Graeme
need
did. That'd be the first thing to do, right? But what would you
yeah.
suggest?
So of course we need to the train at the open water
Yeah. Yeah.
to see also how it feels to swim with another of people around us, and
Right,
we will do a specific session that will be of like the race.
right.
We will be there. We will go to the from the beach to the ocean. All of us to feel it, to
Yeah.
feel like you are inside the water with all of the people. Uh, yeah, it's not of it's not of a lovely feeling
No,
to
it's not.
swim
No.
with
Yeah.
another people around you.
Have you ever been punched in the face in a race when you've been swimming?
Once of a hundred times, hundred
Yeah, I
times,
I think my goggles flew off once when I was hit in the head, but it's a pretty unpleasant experience, and
hundred of
yeah,
times. Yeah, I
yeah, yeah.
punch.
You just kind of have to mentally prepare that something really weird is going to happen. It's always going to happen, but if you can get in the water and not have your breath taken away from you and just get used to it, then it's amazing how quickly you can get into it and really enjoy it. What about nutrition? Is there anything that you think nutrition that people should know about as a first timer, or when you're
Nutrition
doing you can don't
in
worry about it too
sprint,
much?
the
Yeah,
distance in
yeah,
sprint distance, I don't recommend to take,
yeah.
because if you eating well before the race, so it's fine. We have enough power in the body for 2 hours
Right.
to compete well.
Yeah.
So we don't need to eat. But if someone will want to eat during the race, we can take gels
Right.
of
Right.
energy. This is what I recommend to eat
What gels do you
during the
use?
race. I use the SIS.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Very good.
SIS gels.
Right. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Very good. Well, there's so
I
many
don't like
different, there's
to
so
eat
many
gels.
different makes, right? You need,
I
yeah.
don't like to eat gels. I'm eating during the of the half, only with 3 or 4.
Oh,
All of
really?
my yes, all of my nutrition, all of my the calories I take from the of the drinking.
Right.
I
Oh,
the,
really?
the drink the calories. Yeah,
Ah, okay. And what do you
yeah.
take, just out of interest, what do you take as a drink? What's your thing? How do you, it's
So
a,
it's from a brand that called Sponsor. It's
okay.
from the Switzerland,
Okay.
and they have really good stuff. So I
What is
use
that?
it there.
Council, did you say, or console? What was it?
It's called Sponsor.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sponsor. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good. I call something that called the Hippoton.
Okay.
And so yeah, it's really good. I drink it, and it's like full of calories.
How many
So it's the
calories do
best
you get out of a bottle when you drink that
in a
stuff?
bottle for 100.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
That is a
so
lot.
this is enough for
Yeah, yeah,
1 hour.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it's enough.
absolutely. That
I need to pee a lot, but it's fine. I can pee on myself during the race.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there you
Yeah,
go.
so
That's right.
it's not a
That's a
problem.
common thing people I don't think really talk about is how people actually pee themselves on the bike. I used to
Yeah,
do that. You then have
it
to
saves
wash
time.
yourself down, right? Because
It
otherwise,
saves time. If I
by
want to
the end
break
of
the
it
8
does.
hours, I must to
Yeah,
pee on myself.
exactly. But by the end of the race, you have a little aroma about you unless you wash yourself down, right?
Yeah, this is. It's not nice to hug some someone with your pee.
So, talking of mishaps, watched a video of you finishing Israman,
Yeah.
where your shoe came off. So, tell us about what Israman is and what happened in that race. Can you?
So Israel, and it's my race. It's my in a lot,
Yeah.
which is my home.
Oh, okay. So it's right
So
there where you used to live, right?
yeah, so
Yeah.
since I was a kid, I saw all the athletes over there, and I said once that I want to race there and to win the race. It took me 4 years until I won the race. And during the race in 2022, in the last 200 meters, when I did the sprint to the finish line, and there was another guy behind me 5 seconds, I just fell down, uh, and my shoes was of take off, and
My goodness.
I was not thinking too much that of get up and to run as fast as I can to the finish line without the shoes. And yeah, this was
That's
chaotic for
crazy.
me. That's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah. And did you injure your foot? I mean, was it painful?
I'm injured. Yeah. But
Oh my.
I did everything to win, and the adrenaline was
Yeah, yeah. It was
there.
pumping away
Just
there.
ran
Yeah.
until the finish line. I heard Vital that she's telling me, "So leave the shoes over there."
Oh, really?
And yeah,
Did you go back and get the shoe in the end, or did you
so
just leave it
interesting
there?
story.
Yeah.
It's 2 days after the race. Someone was came home to my hometown in a lot with the shoes.
Oh, really?
Just leave the shoes. Yeah,
Oh well,
right.
I hope you gave them a cup of tea or something or whatever as a gift. My goodness, that's crazy. So you got your
Yeah,
shoe back.
I got the shoes back. Yeah. Right.
Okay, so I'm going to open it up. Does anybody on the call want to ask any questions of Roee? Anything you want to question him about?
Well, yeah, I have two questions. The first one, just to clarify, so were you saying that when you're doing a training plan, it's important to follow 80%, or you find that people only follow 80%?
No. So what I want to say that if people want to get improve, they need to do at least 80%.
Oh, okay. And then my other question, so the nutrition on the race, that makes sense. And I know tonight you're going to enjoy some drinks. So congratulations and enjoy that for your
Thank
holiday.
you.
But what about just in day-to-day life? What's your nutrition like?
So I'm eating really healthy, but I like to drink Coke or something. So I need to balance it. You know, all the thing in the life we need all the balance. So you cannot eat all the time pizza, but it's fine to eat pizza in time to time. So I'm eating first all what my of the body he of needs to eat, all of the protein and everything, and then after that, if I want ice cream or pizza or something, so this is from the extra. So it's not that I'm eating only that. I'm eating what I need to eat, and then I'm eating more.
Great.
Very good.
Thank you.
Is there any particular type of calories, I mean, like foods that you avoid, or what do you, is there any particular regimen you have? You know, like are
Avoid.
you,
So I don't drink at all alcohol at all.
oh,
I don't
really?
touch in anything.
Right.
And part of that, I'm eating well. I'm trying not to eat too much. I have in the during of this season, I have 2 weeks that I can eat whatever I want, drink whatever I want, to get fat, and then to lose the weight.
Very good. That's you like
During
year
the
end.
season,
Yeah.
I prefer to eat well, because if not, I'm starting to get injured and something. So I prefer to eating well and keep my upper body really healthy.
Very good. Anybody else?
I have a few questions, Roee. This is Stefan. I think there's quite a few people that maybe for the first time start to follow a training program. And I think there's also quite a few people that have, let's call it, been less active during the winter. And now springtime, the season is coming and they're stepping back up. So what do you recommend for someone who has, say, not done too much? Can they go straight into that training program, or is there a way for them to adjust?
So this is what I answered to also Peter. If they will not follow 80% from the of the program, it's fine. But again, they need to listen to their body. If they feel that like it's too much, they need to reduce. They don't need to the follow of the program in any price. And what I recommend to them, because the training plan is starts really easy. In the beginning, it starts really easy, and in every week I'm increased a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. So if they start now, I recommend to them to start from the beginning of the training plan. If they starting the plan now, so they not start from the 12th of March. They need to start from the 12th of February.
All
If
right.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's very helpful.
Perfect.
And another question that I had is, I mean, sometimes we fall in the trap, we follow a training program, and it almost becomes like a to-do list. And if there's 1 or 2 days that you can't do your training, should we just let it go, or should we make up for it?
No,
What's your
so
recommendation?
I don't like to make up. If you don't do the train, Just let it go. Let it go, and we need to always focus on the good stuff, on the good part. What we didn't do, all right, it's there, it's fine. Now we will do. From now on, we will need to follow.
Great, that makes sense. Thank you.
Anybody else got anything for Roee?
I have one more question if people
Go for
don't
it.
mind.
Absolutely. Ask as much as you like.
All right. Can you also talk about like how you rest and recover?
Yeah, sure. So, but it's a different because I'm pro and I'm acting like a pro. So, for amateur athletes, for someone that it's not his job, I recommend to sleep well. 8 hours per night. I know it's not easy to sleep from 10 to 6. But this is something that I really recommend of. And if you have time to take off a nap during the day, this is really good also. And I'm using also with the boots. It's something that you put on your legs. So I'm using it. And I'm eating well and doing from time to time a massage. And so this is the basic thing that I'm doing, and of course I'm doing a lot of stretching every day to stretch. This is really important, super important.
That's great. Maybe at some point we could have like a stretching tutorial.
Hey, Roee, this is Tim. Do you recommend any like ice baths or saunas or anything? And if so, when?
Did I recommend on what?
Like as part of recovery, do you recommend like taking an ice bath after like a long run or a long cycle? I think there are basically, or I assume it's better to do these things at a certain stage, pre or post exercise. So
The post exercise, you mean to do post exercise a easy run or easy ride?
No,
This is what
he's talking about sitting in a sauna or using an ice bath where you get in cold water on. Yeah,
the
yeah,
ice
yeah,
bath.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The ice bath. This is really good. I don't recommend to do it every day. I used to do it two of 3 times per week. Basically, after really of a hard sessions. This is really good, but not everyone reacts the same. I mean, I can feel really good, but other guy can feel like it's not a figure good for me. So I recommend always to try, and if it's good, to continue with the routine.
okay, it's helpful. Thank you.
It was funny. I'll tell a little story. I had my coach come and stay with her husband in my house once, and I can tell you, having a pro triathlon live in your house, it changes everything. But anyway, she would go and buy bags of ice every day and put them in my bath, and then sit in the bath with this ice. Right, and there was still ice in it when I wanted to go take a shower. I tell you, it was so funny. Every day she would sit in the bath. So, as you say, some people really love that stuff, and along with the sauna, and some people swear by it. Some people just don't want to do it at all. Right, so it's as you say, it's different for each person.
Exactly, it's
Yeah,
different, but
yeah,
try. It is good for you.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Continue.
yeah. Certainly, the polar plunge was certainly refreshing on the body when I got in there a couple of times. So on New Year's Day, it certainly made me feel good. Um, anything else anybody wants to bring up?
Rowie, what are your thoughts on weightlifting?
Wait a minute. Uh,
Like, should we
it's fine.
be lifting 3 times a week to
Three
get
times per
bigger
week.
muscles,
It's
or
a lot of time. what it's basically of not it's a body lift. I mean, I don't
Right.
do the lift, because I don't want to get fat. It's not fat. I'm sorry. It's to get more with more of the weight.
Bulky.
I want to to stay thin. Uh, it's fine, but I don't recommend to do it for all of this season. For the part of the season, it's totally fine, but from May, if you can in increase your running of session or of the swimming or of the bike, it's the better than to do the all the lifting stuff.
Like I did a FTP ramp test the other day,
Yeah,
and it was like it starts at 100 watts or whatever for a minute, hold it for a minute, and then 120, and then 140 or whatever. And
yeah,
then by the time that I got to, and I was doing this on the trainer, so like it naturally picked up the resistance or whatever. But by
yeah.
the time I got to 260, holding it for a minute, like I couldn't go to 280. My legs were just like it didn't feel like they were strong enough or whatever. So I was wondering,
It's
like, I was
it's not
thinking, should
that
I?
they're not strong enough. It's that your blood on your of the body was so I don't know how to say thing in the thing in the English, but it's not your of the muscles. It's your
Okay,
aerobic. Yeah, it's that we need to work more on your anaerobic stuff.
because
Uh,
it felt like I wasn't. It wasn't that I was so tired. It was like my legs were just like I. They were so they couldn't.
resist.
Just
Yeah,
yeah. But like I wasn't breathing too heavy. It was just like my legs were just like toast.
Just
again,
curious, Michael, were you at a very low cadence?
Pardon?
I'm just curious because you felt more muscular fatigue than aerobic fatigue. So were you at a very low cadence, or were you up there?
It started out like really fast. It was fast cadence all the time, and then like as it got higher, the wattage got higher, the cadence got lower. I wouldn't say it was like a terribly slow cadence, but yeah, it felt like that. It just felt like my legs couldn't move the weight. Like I couldn't. Yeah, I guess the resistance was too much, and I was just toast. So,
But I think
I
that's how every RAM test ends like that at some point.
yeah, that was it's my
That's
first
kind of
time.
that's kind of the idea.
It was humbling for sure.
Yes,
Definitely
yes.
humbling.
FTP
I'm sure.
tests.
By the
Yeah,
way, I'm sure that every one of you, each of you, you offer lift more than me. So I don't think this is why
Okay.
you don't succeed to do the 200 on the 160 watt.
Yeah,
It's that's yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah. Thank you
what
for that.
else? No, not at all. Any other thing else that anybody
Um,
wants to ask?
yeah,
Yeah,
question about the bike rides.
yeah,
When do they kick in, and what time's the typical rollout? Because
sure.
I like to leave early before the traffic kind of picks up, and I'm just thinking about planning my schedule to either fly solo on it or
Right,
join
right.
a group.
So, Stefan, what do you think about that? You're gonna what are you gonna do? Do you think?
Yeah, and I'm thinking of starting mid-April with like a daffodil kind of type of ride. And then from then onwards, we will aim to have bike rides every Saturday. We still need to see what the turnout we can expect. We have a few people that have already volunteered to lead some of the rides, and we will include in a club email a request to see if there are more, because we need I'd say at least 2 guides per ride. And so we need someone at a say more beginner level, or some people at more beginner level and some people at more advanced level. But so the plan is from mid-April onwards, weekly rides on Saturday morning.
What time do you think you'd start? What's your thinking? 8 a.m.
I think 8 a.m.
Yeah.
If it's not too cold.
Yeah.
I'd like to start early.
Yeah.
And what kind of distance do you want to, you starting that at like a 25, 30 miler up to 50? Like where do you tend to pitch those things?
Yeah, I think that last year we did. I think the beginner group was more around. I think 20 miles, up to 20 miles. Whereas the B group we did 35, most of the time around 35 miles.
Okay.
But then I mean, personally, I really like the SUNY purchase campers, where you can afterwards, when we finish the ride, you can actually
that's true. Yeah.
do a few more laps at whatever power you want or pace that you want, and then it's also a great place to do brick runs.
It is.
For sure, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so what we're going to do, and I mean, look, Stefan and I haven't spent a lot of time talking about this yet, but what we'll do is we will send out a sign-up sheet. We'll kind of create one. What I'll do is I'll create an event for every week, and then people can sign up as long as they want in advance. Since you're going to do it in April, I better start that soon, Steph.
Yeah,
We
let's
better
get
figure
going.
that out. But then there'll be two types of tickets you can do. You can come along and take part, or the second ticket will be volunteer. And so, because what we want to do is make sure, I don't want people getting out of bed and turning up if nobody's going to be there, right? So we want to make sure that, you know, the night before there's a decent group, and then people can bother to turn up. Otherwise, Stefan can we can just call it off, because I want to make sure that there's going to be people who are there and around. So we will ask people to sign up so that we know who's going to be there, and also to volunteer. But
And do you typically roll out of that? Do you typically park up at the Purchase College campus, or do you leave from like downtown Rye, or where do you typically leave from?
Well, last year we did both. So I think the Rye Middle School was a kind of starting point, but also the SUNY Purchase campus, one of the parking lots there. So we're if you have any specific suggestions, ideas, let me know.
Cool. Thanks, Stefan.
More to come.
Yeah.
there's more to come on that. And I think the swimming is going to start in around June, I think, May or June. I don't know. And we'll get that going so that you guys can go on a Thursday. Every Thursday, you'll be able to go and do swimming. I don't think we'll need any sign-ups for that. You can just turn up as long as you can show your Rye Tri membership. Then you can get in for free and park there and stuff like that. So, and hopefully, I'm sure Roee will do at least 1 or 2 sessions there to teach people how to do the open water swim.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and it's such a nice water to swim in, that place. So it's such a pleasant, on a nice evening. It's absolutely fantastic. It's really great. Because the other thing is that Roee will do is, if you want to ask any questions outside of these forums or whatever in this place, then please go to the forum. Just start up a new thread, and just say, I want to talk about weights training, or I want to talk about pedals, or I want to talk about this. The benefit of that is it's there for everybody. So what happens is that everybody contributes to the forum, and at the end of the week you get a summary of what everybody asked and what everybody said, and Roee will be checking that regularly for everything. So I really strongly encourage you to ask any questions you want, and then there'd be a conversation that could go on, a bit like now, where you can talk about anything, but it's not real time. We can't do this every single week, but in intra week, if you want to ask about something to do with your training or advice about something, just go into the forum and just open up a thread and get going. And so then it's kept for time, and people can search it. So I think that's a real benefit for everybody. And then of course you've got the Facebook and the Instagram, where we're going to start doing a lot more posting, and Roe's wife Avatar is going to start posting a lot more, and so we'll see stuff. And then of course there's the WhatsApp for you guys to just talk about whatever you like. But I encourage you to, if you want to talk about some deep subject, I mean, the social is fantastic. The WhatsApp is for starting up runs. But if you want to talk about any topic in depth, then Discourse is the place to go. The forum is the place to go. Okay.
And if you're on Strava, join the Strava Tri Club, Rye Tri Club on Strava.
There you go. we're going to have to put this all out there on so that on Peter on the email with these millions of things. So what we'll do today on for this one, we'll do these talks every month, and next month we've got Rich Izzo coming from the Westchester Triathlon. And he's going to talk about the route and what he's done, and there's a bit about his background. We'll talk about a bit about, and then again, you can ask any questions you like about the race. So that's coming in April. Wait a minute, let me have a look. April 18th, I think. No, April 10th. You should get the invite from Peter, but April 10th, same. I think we're going to do 7 o'clock on April 10th. So put that in your diary. The invite will come a bit like this, same forum. We can talk about it. And if you've got any things that you would like to have chats about, then just drop a note to board@ryetri.com or put it on WhatsApp. Whatever ideas you might have for new topics, we can do it. I'm sure we'll have Roee back again, and then we can talk about what's coming up, especially as we get closer to the race. So, what else would anybody like to ask or talk about?
Well, this has been very helpful. Thanks for putting it together, folks.
Not at all. Pleasure.
Roee, do you have a favorite leg of the race?
Yes. Wow. Every race is really different. Depends how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. But basically, the running part is my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
My running. Yeah. Because the swim is just there. It's over. Biking,
Yeah.
sometimes it's really hard.
Yeah.
And sometimes just slow. And the run, yeah, I really like to run, so prefer to run.
Cool.
Okay.
I wonder if
Yeah,
there's
go.
opportunity to pay, like, if we could do like more in-person sessions, like if everyone throws in $20 or something, and we do more like
Well,
like per session or something, maybe.
sure. Well, Michael, I tell you what, if we start to get a lot of people coming to the
Yeah,
sessions, then we'll talk to Roee about that. I mean, obviously, here's the thing: we've got to be super respectful of Roe's training and his schedule. So,
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, we can, if we start to get a lot of people turning up to the sessions and they're getting real value out of it, then happy, Roe's obviously got to be willing to do it, but we'd be happy to figure that out
Of course.
Okay.
with him. Yeah. But we thought we'd start off with 2 or 3 sessions. It will rise to 3 sessions a month. So, it may, be near to 1 a week. As the summer gets, as we get into May, I think it's May, right? But it will start, and of course he's got to be around, as sometimes he's going to be racing or going traveling and stuff. So we just, I just want to make sure we're super respectful of him and what he's got to do, and we're very fortunate to have him part of the club. So
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm still we're waiting to back home for a little bit because we didn't been home for 1 year. So as soon as I will get my permission to leave the country, I go home for a week or 2, and then I'm here all for you. I'm not planning to go again. So yeah, no problem.
that's cool. All right, is there anything else anybody would like to ask while we've got Roee on the line before he goes and gets drunk? Okay. Hey, Roee, I just want to say on behalf of the club, thank you so much for taking the
Thank you.
time. You have been
Of course.
awesome. Say hi to Avatar from us all, and have a wonderful evening. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank
See
you.
you later.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye now.
guys. Thanks very much.